Mr. President, Mr. Secretary General, distinguished delegates, colleagues from the Conference Secretariat, friends from the Neptune Group of non-governmental organizations, ladies and gentlemen. We are meeting to commemorate the 40th anniversary of the adoption of the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea, which I will refer to as UNCLOS. We should treasure the convention for the following 8 reasons. First, UNCLOS had put a stop to a period of chaos and unilateralism in the law of the sea. This was a situation in the 1950s, 60s, and 70s. In its place, we have a treaty which I've described as a constitution for the world's oceans. UNCLOS is universally accepted as a foundation of the legal order governing the uses and resources of the oceans. Second, UNCLOS has given birth to 3 successful institutions: the International Tribunal for the Law of the Sea, the International Seabed Authority, and the Commission on the Limits of the Continental Shelf. I'm glad that the heads of the 3 institutions will be speaking to the Assembly. I'm also pleased that the President of the International Court of Justice will be addressing the Assembly. I'm happy to report that there is no conflict between the jurisprudence of the tribunal and that of the court on the law of the sea. Third, the convention imposes a clear obligation on all states to protect and preserve the marine environment. UNCLOS, I would argue, is one of our most robust environmental treaties. The convention treats the ocean space as an ecological whole and seeks to protect the oceans and the marine environment from all sources of marine pollution. I welcome the recent decision by the UN Environment Assembly to begin negotiating a new treaty on marine plastic pollution. 4. UNCLOS has contributed to keeping the peace at sea. Wars can occur when there are no laws or when the laws are not clear. Many of us will not remember that 2 European countries went to war over fishing rights in 1972 and 1973. The clear rules in the Convention on the rights and obligations of coastal states and other states in a different maritime zone are critical in avoiding conflict. 5th, the Convention contains a system of compulsory dispute settlement. This is a unique and precious feature of the Convention. It enhances the prospect that disputes between states on the interpretation and application of the Convention will be settled peacefully. Since the Convention came into force, states have made good use of the different tools provided by the Convention, including arbitration, adjudication, and the first successful case of compulsory conciliation. 6. The Convention is a post-colonial treaty, and the developing countries played a major role in the making of this treaty. The Convention is also a revolutionary treaty and contains many new concepts of law. The Convention reflects the interests of all countries, including those of the developing countries. I would point to the exclusive economic zone and a common heritage of mankind to support my thesis. 7. The Convention is a living document and is able to respond to new developments and challenges. I refer to the 1995 Implementation Agreement on highly migratory and straddling fish stocks as an example. That agreement fills a gap in the convention and contains new principle of sustainable fishery. If the current negotiations on the conservation and sustainable use of biological diversity in area beyond national jurisdiction are successfully concluded, the outcome will be embodied in a new implementation agreement under the convention. 8. Climate change and sea level rise will impact many aspects of the law of the sea. Sea level rise poses an existential threat to many countries, especially the small island developing countries. The convention contains the legal tools for us to meet this monumental challenge, but states must act and act urgently. The Secretary General has described the situation as a code red for humanity. Mr. President, I shall conclude. UNCLOS is a victory for the UN, a victory for international law and the rule of law, and a victory for the peaceful settlement of disputes. This victory is especially precious in our difficult time. I'm glad I was able to play a very small role in this story. Thank you very much.